Hey, what's going on, my beautiful people? I just got done watching Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, trailer number 1. Boo! Trailer number 2. Yeah! Trailer number 2 is so much better. The international trailer, the trailer that we all should have gotten. And there was so much happening in both trailers, I decided to do a trailer breakdown. So, go ahead and check it out. If you didn't know there was a trailer number 2, I'm going to put the links down below. Without further ado, let's go ahead and check out stuff that I had caught while watching trailer number 2, the much better trailer. And let's go ahead and get into it. Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, the international trailer. Here we go. Alright. So, right here, I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed this a lot better than the first trailer. So right here, I'm gonna stop it right here. So I'm stopping it right here, Raccoon City, better you than me. And right here on the dashboard, right here, we get the hamburger, we get the dice. Very nice attention to detail because you do get to see this in the Resident Evil 2 remake, the truck driver, and that's like some beautiful stuff. The CGI hamburger, which looks so real, and the dice. So moving forward, I just like the vibe of this beginning. It's a lot better. The first one, you're thinking Claire's like some type of conspiracy theorist, and you're already off to an iffy start because you think they're deviating from the source material. The dog is eating the blood, so I'm gonna stop it right here. Dog eating the blood. So for you fans out there, the hardcore fans, you know that in Resident Evil Outbreak, one of my top favorite Resident Evil games, you find out that how the rest of the city gets contaminated is the T-virus gets released, it gets dumped in the sewer, and the rats basically eat it, and they get it, I believe they get it into the water supply, and that's how a lot of people in the city get infected. So I'm guessing they're gonna do something with the dog eating the blood from the zombie, and then he will turn and he will most likely attack, or it might be a really cool thing if he doesn't attack the driver, but maybe he licks him and then that transfers it over to him. Click. Alright, so right here, I'm gonna stop it right here. Looks like we get the entire city. You can tell that this right here is the Spencer Mansion from the game. Really cool. And with the bell, you can totally tell that the city is in disarray. Right here. There we go. I'm gonna stop it right here. 34 seconds. It's gonna be easier for me to audio sync later. Sorry guys for doing this, but my laptop is really old. If I could screen share this, it would be a lot easier, but OBS was lagging like crazy. I tried to test it earlier, so much lag. But anyway, we get Neil McDonough playing William Birkin. You might recognize him from Arrow and Captain America, and also as the horrible M. Bison from that one Street Fighter movie. Here on the door right here, you see a sign, a painted picture that says Sherry, so that kid right there is Sherry. I don't know how much involvement she will have in this film. I'm guessing she will only be involved in telling the origin story of William Birkin. I don't expect her to be involved as much as she was in Resident Evil 2 in this movie. We got the RPD. Chief Irons is telling them to lock the gate. Very cool. I'm gonna stop it right here. So this intro's a lot better than the other trailer because instead of painting Claire as this conspiracy theorist, she's basically saying that this entire town is poisoned. We gotta do something to stop them. We don't have the line of Chris Redfield saying that, you know, you've been stop this conspiracy theorist. It didn't work out as a kid. It's not working now. I do know via Robbie Amel's social media page, he said that they did reshoots in May of this year. So they might have edited some stuff out. The whole thing about Claire being a conspiracy theorist, seriously, just cut that part out. We don't need it. Just like how they made that simple change here, and it totally works. And click, we're moving on. Nice with the shotgun. We're in the mansion. So right here. So I'm gonna stop it right here, 56 seconds. So right here it shows stars teams, Chris Redfield, Richard Eichen, and I believe I saw Wesker in the back. And then in the very next scene, call it trailer trickery. They do it all the time. In the next scene, you see Claire and Leon, which is what I'm watching right here. They make you believe that they're in the same place, that possibly Claire and Leon might be at the mansion That is not the case. It's just some trailer trickery. And because of the coloring of everything, it looks like they're taking place at the same time. It is not. I truly believe that Leon and Claire are going to be at the police department and that the Stars team is going to be at the house, which it should be because it happened in the game. Moving on. Click. Very nice right here. Very nice. I'm gonna stop it right there on the zombie, minute 01. And so this is really cool. It is incredible nod. Everyone knows this scene. If you know anything about Resident Evil, you know this scene. It is the first zombie that you see in the game. If you don't include the cinematic that we saw at the beginning. Oh wait, no zombies in there. It was just the dog. So that is the very first iconic zombie that you see. It's very iconic in the Resident Evil world. In the game, he is killing and eating Bravo Team Kenneth. Here, is that Kenneth? I can't see who that is. That might possibly be Kenneth, or it could just be some rando, or it could possibly be someone from the team. So this is a very cool nod. In my personal opinion, since this scene right here is so iconic to the game, they should have left this one for the end of the trailer. Because people, it would have blew everyone's mind and be like, I know that scene. That's the scene from the game, the iconic scene. So yeah, moving forward, click. Very cool. Right here, okay, so the way they splice everything together, I can't see it because it's so dark. It is at 1 minute and 4 seconds. Right here, it looks like Richard Eichen is done. He is surrounded by so many zombies, and he's already been pinned against the wall. Richard, and in the previous scene, showed Richard firing a shotgun. Richard is done. In the video game, Richard actually dies 2 ways. He gets poisoned by a giant snake. You heard me right if you haven't played the game. On top of zombies, there is a giant anaconda snake. He either dies while being poisoned, or, depending on who you play as, in Jill's storyline, he ends up making it. He is not poisoned when you find the antidote, but he saves Jill and he gets swallowed whole by the anaconda. To cut the budget, I think like a lot of stuff is going to get cut out. Are we going to get haunters? I don't believe so. Are we going to get the giant anaconda snake? Nope. Are we going to get the sharks, zombie sharks? I don't think we're going to get the zombie sharks. They're just going to stick to what is simple and what is within the budget. So they're going to cut a lot of stuff out, which might make a lot of people mad. This is why I believe that this movie, Resident Evil, would have worked out a lot better as the live action TV show. And I know Netflix is getting a live TV show, which is very confusing because it has its own, a different actor playing Albert Wesker. But this would have worked out 100 times better as an actual TV show, because then you could take your time, you could expand, and it would have been a lot better. Moving forward. Click.
What were Umbrella doing here?
They were experimenting on
Very cool. So right here, oh,
Work. I'm not giving it to anybody.
This is my life's work. I'm not handing over anything.
okay, they do take some interesting connections to the game. Here, William Birkin, he's in charge of making the, I believe, G virus, not the T virus. And in doing so, I believe his daughter Sherry ends up getting very, very sick. She gets contaminated somehow. It happens in Resident Evil 2, and then you have to get an antidote to her immediately. And then I think it gives her, like, human regeneration powers, if I'm not mistaken. But here, William Birkin, it looks like they're changing the story a little bit. It looks like he's experimenting on individuals. And I bet you, just like, because they did it in the Mila Jovovich universe, there was a character that was kind of based on Sherry in Apocalypse. They explained it that she got very, very sick and that her father tried to make a cure for her. And I think they're stealing that element from Resident Evil Apocalypse and doing it here. I bet you that Sherry is very, very sick. He's trying to come up with a cure. They're trying to paint him as this desperate father trying to save his daughter. And he's experimenting on human beings to try to get the cure. And just like the game, so basically Umbrella funds this. And when they find out that he's almost done, they send mercenaries, which we will probably see later on, Hunk, to basically kill him. And before he dies, William Birkin right here, played by Neil McDonough, he actually injects himself before he dies, and he turns into the big, bad CGI monster that we'll see later. So very, very cool. Click! Got Chief Irons right here in the famous downstairs parking lot. You get the bad CGI dog. All right, stopping it right here, minute 23. So, Vickers is Chief Irons. Very, very cool. So, we didn't get this in the first trailer. As a nod to Brad Vickers, I believe, was he the helicopter pilot? He was always been known to be kind of a wimp, and in the first game, when they start getting attacked by dogs, the helicopter takes off as Brad Vickers, and I think we're gonna see Brad in the very next scene. Spoiler, if you haven't played the game, Brad Vickers does not survive. He dies in between part 2 and part 3, and he comes back as a zombie in he comes back as a zombie in part 2. So he dies in between part 2 and part 3, and he comes back. So there you go. So we're gonna see Brad in a bit. There's the helicopter, and this right here is most likely gonna be Brad. I'm stopping at a minute 25 seconds, and yup, Brad is pretty much done. We see a helicopter right here come through the mansion, which does not happen in the game, but here we go. Liquor looks really, really good. Probably the best monster we've seen. Right here, I'm gonna stop it. Go back a little bit if I can to 134. There we go. So right here, we see some mercenaries on the helmet. You see Umbrella logo. This is most likely Hunk. They are probably most likely going to tell the origin story of William Birkin, which involves these two right here. I doubt they're going to call them Hunk. If they do, good for them. It could be as easy as just putting Hunk on maybe their vest or their uniform. And like I said, they come and collect the serum from William Birkin, and then they kill him for his trouble. So there you go. So this might hinting at Hunk. And right here, we get Wesker right here. He looks like he's done or is dying. And I think they might be changing up his character because his character doesn't die per se in the game. He's actually portrayed to be a traitor that's actually working for Umbrella. But this could honestly be a fake out. He might fake his death, and at the end he comes back and says, oh, by the way, I was behind everything the whole darn time. Shock! Shock! So yeah, but they might just change it altogether. Maybe he's a good guy and the fans are not going to be too happy. Piece of Trevor. We got the truck driver and the rocket launcher. Very, very cool. The bad CGI William Birkin. And we are at the end. We got Chris right here, runs into a... Ooh, who is this? So right here, I'm going to stop it right here, minute 56 seconds. Who this person could possibly be? If I were to make an honest guess, because we assume that Chris is in the mansion, I'm guessing that this person right here, if I were to make a wild guess, is Enrico, the leader of the Bravo team, who gets sent into the mansion first, and then who pretty much goes missing. I'm guessing that this is Enrico from the Bravo team, but don't quote me on that. But that's who I think it might possibly be. But that's pretty much it. And that is the end. So that will do it for the trailer breakdown for Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. Trailer number 2. The international trailer, the much more beloved trailer. And man, trailer number 2 is so much better. I can't believe they thought trailer number 1 was the trailer that they should give to the general public. I honestly, and if you saw my reaction video, which I will put right here, shameful plug, I put in there that I really do believe that trailer number 1 was geared more toward the general public and not to the fans, because the fans ate that trailer up. International trailer was a lot better, 110%, and I would dub that as the fans trailer. But let me know what you all thought in the comment section down below. Also, let me know in the comment section if I missed anything in this trailer breakdown. If you guys like what you see, feel free to hit that subscribe button. I drop videos every single week, and it will also help me out if you hit that like button. Trust me, as a content creator, the subscribes and the like do help me out a ton, and I've been on such good terms with the YouTube algorithm lately. Other than that, this movie comes out in a month. They have simply run out of time. I mean, if it was up to me, I would just postpone the movie and just do it right. We waited 20 years for this reboot, and you should do it right. Just postpone the movie. I would get over it. But other than that, once again, I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. Thanks for tuning in for this video. If you haven't checked out my Resident Evil reaction to trailer number 1 and trailer number 2, check it out right here, shameful plug. And yeah, I will see you in the next video, guys. Much love.